Jeff spotted Ben in the back of the Starbucks, as he was a head taller than the teenagers sitting around him. He had already purchased a drink of some kind for his cousin, so Jeff wouldn't have to stand in line and try to remember whether Ben made him or not. As soon as he saw Jeff, Ben stood up and they held in a guy cousin's kind of way. Thanks for seeing me such a short notice, Jeff started. They sat down. Hey, I have coffee with you every day if I could. I'm really glad you're living up here. Me too, I think, Jeff laughed. You think? No, I love it. She does marine. And the kid seems to like having a bigger house and a job. But I'm just a little more concerned about work than I thought I'd be. The word tangible. What does tangible mean? And how do you use it in a sentence? Here are a few ways to use it in a sentence. After 3 weeks at the gym, I'm finally seeing tangible changes in my energy levels. Okay, you see, I understand that. Habits. Writing in a journal gives me a tangible record of how much I've grown this year. Yep, that's true. That's true. That's true. Yep, that's true. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah. See the difference? See the difference? Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah, I wanna keep learning the words, and I might keep reading a little bit more of the book, then going through the Bible study, and then after that I might watch some tutorials so I can expand my skills on the adventure sword. Hey, the English. Okay, yeah, that was it for day one, third week. Fighting fires and cleaning up at Oak Ridge, as well as planning for the new projects, especially the hospital. During that time, Jay became so immersed in the business that he spent almost no mental energy thinking about teamwork and hiring. Something that's surprising, given the magnitude of the issue and how obsessed he seemed just 48 hours earlier. He was starting to get a sense of how the tangible and begrudgingly. It's another word that means doing something with resentment, reluctance, or displeasure. When you do something begrudgingly, you do it because you have to, not because you want to. That's a better definition. How would you use a sentence? After arguing for an hour, he begrudgingly admitted that his sister was right. The toddler begrudgingly shared his favorite toy with his cousin after the small incident. So you begrudgingly got out of bed, a fan, and to shovel the heavy snow of the driveway. Okay. He generally tried not to work on weekends. Jeff decided this was a time when he needed to be making sacrifices. I need to set an example. In 6 months, everyone else will be working plenty of weekends. He explained to Maureen, who agreed with him. As Jeff expected, their arrears were. They decided to meet at the office a little before noon. Jeff had the same conversation with her that he had with Bobby the night before, and thought Claire was even more concerned about the dynamics of the executive team. She quickly came to the conclusion that bringing someone else on at the top was the world hierarchies, the broad hierarchy. For hierarchy means systems or organizations where people or things are ranked one above the other based on status, power, or authority. How do you say? Large banks have strict corporate hierarchies, making it hard to talk directly to the boss. Monkeys live in social hierarchies where the strongest males get food first. Oh, okay. Come on, Bobby Coach. Isn't he exactly what we're looking for? Probably, Jeff agreed. He will help us in so many ways. It's crazy. His experience alone is unbelievable. And he have a pipeline of other people we will hire, I'm sure. Jeff didn't sound as confident as the world should have warranted. I like that. So is there a problem? Bobby asked. Let's just make sure he's a cultural fit. Claire explained. How does it match up with our values? Quality and safety are slam dunks, Buckley responded. Norway is fanatical about both.
Warranted.
Warranted means something is justified, necessary called for by the circumstances. It can also mean backed by an official guarantee or authorization. Here's an example sentence. Because of her consistently high performance, a raise and a promotion were entirely warranted. Oh. Okay, today is day 5 of the third week of the project, and it's day 19 of the project. So, I don't know if I told ya, each week I must do 3 things or 4. 1, reading the Bible, not just reading, also understand it. 2, read a book, plus learn the words that I don't know, learn the definition and how to use it in a sentence. 3, go more deeper in God's words, go more closer to God. That is doing the Bible study. And 4, workout my body. So with the workout, I must do it 4 times a week. Don't matter what day I decide to take a break, I must work out 4 times a week. So as you guys probably know, you guys already saw day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4 of the third week, and you guys saw that the first 2 days I already work out, and the third day I didn't work out. The fourth day I did work out. The 5th day I didn't. I'm not gonna work out. I'm gonna work out Saturday. So yeah. Remember last episode last week I said that this next week have to be better than this week also. It's not going well. So last week I was able to go to the court to take more shots, or to the gym. However, this week and probably more further, I'm gonna stay at home. I'm not gonna go outside too much for personal reasons that I can talk about. This week I was doing a lot of stuff to prepare myself for college. So today I was looking a video to how to use OneNote. OneNote is an app to basically take notes. So yeah, I was learning how to use it because it might be useful when I start going to college. If I ask myself if this week was more productive than last week, no, it wasn't, because the first 2 or 3 days, I said I wanted to practice my addition skills, but I was procrastinating, and I ended up not doing it. That's why I say this week was not more productive than the last week. This week was more learning how to manage my time and try to create a routine that I can follow every day or most of the day, because not every day is the same. I haven't read the book, I haven't going to the Bible study. I'm gonna do that tonight. And yeah, that's how the third week is going. He then wrote the words humble, hungry, and smart next to the circles. He went back to his plate of food, and the three executives ate as they studied the diagram. For the next hour, they chose employee after employee. Some were difficult, others who were all-stars, and others who fell somewhere in between. They evaluated them against the three new words, placing them in the circle where they belong. Every all-star easily met a very high standard for being humble, hungry, and smart, and they were placed in the middle segment. Some barely failed to meet the standard in just one area and were close to the middle of the chart, while others struggled with more than one with the qualities and were further out from the middle. Humble.
In this tutorial, I'll show you how to create pop-up text, begin by opening up the text, then inside the type panel enabled, then inside the text box you can type whatever you want and make any.
Hey, let's go. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Review session for TED. A few people from the field and Claire will be meeting with him individually during the morning, followed by a one-on-one lunch meeting with Jeff. He made it clear that the primary goal would be to discern whether Ted was humble and hungry. Okay, y'all, so that was the week. This video might be shorter than the last video because I didn't get to record much of what I did, because this week is most of the time I stay at home, like I said on day 5, and when I stay at home for personal reasons. That's why in this video you guys are not gonna see too much content, just me reading, working out. That's about it, me reading and working out. Yeah, and editing the videos. Hope the next chapter I come with more stuff. But yeah, see you in the next one.